you're going to be able to meet all of the educators and have these really cool videos where each educator is talking about their role. We just didn't want to roll it out right away because we don't need, they have other businesses and some of them make millions of dollars, and we didn't want to interrupt their business, you know, with the craziness that we were dealing with at that point. Okay, so now when I move my mouse, guys, can you see my mouse or no?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. Okay, let's get down to business. So here's what I want you guys to understand. This compensation plan has changed, but it's actually better. And it really hasn't changed very much. It's just you understanding the terminology, right? When we met with our, let me record real quick.
Recording in progress.
When we met with the compliance people that we hired, that we spent a lot of money to make sure that we're legally compliant, because it's not if the CFTC comes, it's when they come, or the FTC. They will come, especially when we do $1 billion. They're going to come. They'll come before then too, and just make sure that everything is correct. So in network marketing, you have to have 51% of your members have to be customers. They will let you kind of slide on it when you're first getting started, because they know that most people are coming over for the opportunity. Now, I want to go straight to this QGV. So write this down, guys, if you can, okay? I want to go straight to QGV right here. QGV stands for qualifying group volume. You have to have that, but we're not going to turn it on for 6 months. So write that down. Qualifying group volume. It's not active until we put, 10, 20, 25, which, is like 6 months from now. It's not going to matter because the majority of you have this group volume anyway. All it means is that your organization has to be growing. It can't just be a whole bunch of spillover legally. You can't do that. So qualifying group volume, and I want you to hop down here really quickly. I'm going to ask Tony to make a change too. Write this down, guys. Go to the bottom first, okay? You have matrix rewards. You have level 1 fast start bonuses monthly, level 2 fast start bonuses monthly. We have 3 memberships. We have the Elevate, the Pro, and the Legend. It is dollar for dollar. It says it down here at the bottom. PCV, personal commissionable volume, right? Or personal customer volume, and QGV, qualifying group volume, are all calculated basically dollar for dollar. So an Elevate membership is worth 40 points, okay? And if you guys have to kind of, stop me or write your questions down or put them in the chat, I can answer them as we go. But Elevate is worth 40 points. Pro is worth 160 points. Legend is worth 250 points. Are you guys all clear on the points? Elevate is 40 points. Pro is 160 points. Put a 1 in the chat if you're clear. Legend is 250 points. It's just dollar for dollar. It's not hard. Dollar for dollar. Okay? And instead of us saying you need to have 7 personals, it's just attached to the volume. That's what makes us legally compliant. Okay? I also want you to write this down. Now, this is not something that we need to be blasting all over the place, okay? Somebody's unmuted, I think. Okay? You cannot legally force somebody to buy a product to get into your compensation plan. It's illegal to do that. It's called pay to play, right? You cannot tell Bev, in order for you to get into the matrix, you have to buy this product. It is illegal. We will go to jail. What you can say is you have to have a certain amount of PCV, personal volume, personal customer volume, and your personal customer volume counts toward your PCV to get into the matrix. Does that make sense, everybody? Right? Nobody can get into the matrix without paying. Go over far right for me really quickly. $9.99 a month makes you a VP. If you spend $159 a month, you are not a business owner. There has to be a clear path between you being a customer and a clear path between you being a business owner. Us making the Vibe Partner membership, we made it as low as possible, $9.99, because I like nines. And then you see we put a slash through a $29 enrollment fee. Now, if we ever want to have our enrollment fee, we could. It's not going to happen right now, so don't worry about it. But it looks really good when we slash prices. But eventually, maybe one day, it might be like other companies where there's an enrollment fee once a year for you to get in, and then there's that business IBO fee every single month. Don't worry about it. It's a slash through it. If you want to make commissions, no matter what, you have to be paying $9.99 a month. Now, technically, could a person make $9 or pay $9.99 a month and get into the matrix? Yes, they could, because I cannot force them to buy a product, but I can force them to have a certain PCV in order to access the matrix. Are we all tracking me? Right? And your product counts. Now, listen, I'm talking to you guys as leaders. Let somebody tell me, well, I'm just not going to purchase the pro. I just want to market the business. They'll never talk to me in life, probably. Like, if you don't have my product and you're trying to market the product and you don't even know what you're marketing, you would never be in my group in a million years, right? But I can't legally tell them that they have to buy a product. You should not be talking about this too much. They will figure it out or not. They had the same thing when I was in Tradera. Somebody could pay $15 a month and just work the business if they had the correct volume. We're not talking about it. I'm just telling you that that's what it is. Your product counts toward your volume, okay? Now, an Elevate member, if you have an Elevate person that drops into your matrix, that person would be worth 50 cents rolling up 10 levels. I'm going to tell you why this is significant. If they pay $39 a month, we're not making much on this product at all, because we're paying you $8 level 1, $4 level 2. On a pro membership, nothing's changed. $3, $20 level 1, $10 level 2, $5 matrix pay, $40 level 1, $20 level 2. Let's hop over here to direct sales really quickly before we look at this, okay? Direct sales. If you are a Vibe partner, which means technically Dr. Lakeisha could come in here and pay $9.99 a month and market products. And they could make up to 30% in direct sales of their personals. And level 2 is up to 15%. This is great for you guys because we wanted to make sure that you still could benefit, because a customer could come over here and make up to 15% on all of their direct. So now customer is not in the matrix. They're not really, they're just utilizing some of our products. They technically could be a sales force for you, and you could still make income on them. Are you guys tracking me? Do you understand what I'm saying? We don't want to say you can't sell for us. We want them to sell for us, right? And then we want you to actually benefit as well. If Tony signs up Denise and Denise goes out here and is a customer and brings in customers, Tony still makes a commission because that's Tony's second level. So it still puts money in your pocket, okay? And Tony, I know you just got on here. Tony, if you could put 40 next to this, put a 40 next to this one and a 160 and a 250 or somewhere. I know it might mess up your pretty
Oh no,
thing.
well, do you want me to share mine, or are you good with?
No, you can share yours. I
Hold on.
didn't know you were back.
I just got here. Quickest meeting ever. All right. Here we
So,
go.
so you guys know it's dollar for dollar, and I want to show you how this compensation plan works and how phenomenal it actually is. And you have to remember, I'm never going to do anything that doesn't benefit me because I'm in the compensation plan, so I need it to work, right?
You want me to put what now? Say it again.
I put a 40 right there next to that in parentheses because that would be 40 PC.
PCV? Yeah.
It would probably be, yeah, PCB. Yep,
Okay, and this would be 160.
yep. So everybody is dollar for dollar. So let me tell you how phenomenal this compensation plan is now, and it's legally compliant. An apprentice, we have new ranks. So an apprentice would actually have 40 CD, 40 commissionable or customer volume. The only thing that a person who paid $39 could do is get fast start bonuses on their level 1 people. They can't get into the matrix, as you can see, right? They can't get in the matrix. Now, a rookie has to have 160 PCV. So let's say that Bobby Buck comes in and says, I'm just going to pay $9.99, but he goes out and he refers a pro member. Technically, that makes him a rookie because he has the correct PCV, right? So as long as they have the correct PCV, they could get into the matrix. You still want to benefit from that person having a sales force, okay? So I want to go down. Don't look over here. Don't look under unlocks right now. Let's go straight down the row. And I'm going to show you it's the same. An apprentice is a 40 PCV. A rookie is 160. That's just like them choosing a product or referring somebody who has a product, or they could technically refer 4 $39 people and get into the matrix with that. Now, their $39 people couldn't get into the matrix because they only have 40 PCV, right? But technically, a person with a $39 membership on the outside could sign up a pro and get into the matrix. But here's what might happen. C. Bernard signs up Bobby Buck. C. Bernard has a $9.99 membership, and then Bobby Buck actually gets a $9.99 membership. Uh-oh, Tony, we lost you. But then let's say that Bobby Buck goes and signs up Bev, who gets a $160 pro. Well, C. Bernard Carlos gets a $39 Elevate membership or gets a $9.99 a month, go signs up Bobby Buck, who also gets a $39 Elevate or a $9.99 because he wants to market and sell things. But then Bobby Buck goes and signs up Bev, who gets a pro membership. And now Bobby Buck has 160 in personal customer volume. He will go into the matrix and Carlos does not. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys understand that. If somebody has the correct PCV, we have to let them into the matrix. And it actually benefits you guys because you're getting paid on those people. Now, once they're in the matrix, they only get paid if they have at least 160 PCV. So let's go straight down PCV. A rookie has 160. That's 1 pro, or they've signed up 4 elevates or something like that. A connector has 500 CV, right? I was saying that wrong. Personal customer volume, and theirs counts. That means that maybe they have a legend membership and they signed up a legend. That's 250 times 2. Maybe it's 4 pros that they have, or 2 legends, or maybe it's a number of elevates that they have that gets them to this $500. 750 is basically the same, guys. It's 3 legend memberships. or it's 5 pros. Promoter, same numbers, 4 and 7. 7 pros, 4 legends. 1,250 and but here's the thing, yours counts. So go down here to where it says 1,750. This is 11 pros or 7 legends. I told you guys you needed to have 7, but you count. So technically, you only need to have 6. You and 6 other people with a legend, and you get to 1,750. Does that make sense, everybody? I want to stop there for a second before I dive over into this area. Does this make sense? This is 4, including yourself. This is 5, including you. Okay?
I have a
Anybody?
question.
Yep, go right ahead.
So this is only on level 1, but do we get the PCV volume from our level 2 if we come in as a legend?
Okay, I'm a little confused. So your personal customer volume is only people you've personally sponsored counts toward your personal customer volume.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
anybody who sign up, if you sign up and elevate, you just racked up 40 points. If you sign up 10 elevates, you racked up 400 points. Does that make sense?
Yeah, we're good. It's just on your personals that you sign up.
Yep, it's only on your personals because there's PCV, personal, there's QGV. This is group volume over here. This is the people, your people sign up. Okay. So I'm going to skip group volume for just a minute because it doesn't matter for 6 months. So let me skip it and let's hop over here. Okay. Let's take a look at rookie. Here's what we're doing for everybody, not just founders. Anybody who comes in to Vibe is immediately grandfathered in as a connector, okay? Connector, 45 days. We give them 45 days to get 500 PCV, to sign up 2 people or sign up 4 people, and we give them level 1 through 5 matrix pay, plus we just added fast start level 1, but they only make up to $3 on anybody that falls in their downline. So this is a difference between making $1,000 or making $1,815, depending on, you know, your rank, you know, what you are, okay? Or so again, let me say that again. Before, it's exactly the same, except we added more money. And we're going to give them connector pay for 45 days. Before, it was just like rookie, level 1 through 5 matrix pay. And I've been telling people I'm not going to let you sit in there forever and just have 160 PCV. So they have 45 days to get to 500 PCV, or they go back to rookie pay, and rookie pay is fast start only. Okay. Let me say that again. If they don't meet this qualifying PCV in 45 days, which sign up 2 people and you count as one of them. So technically you only have to sign up, you be a legend and sign up a legend. And if you're making 1,800 a month, you better spend your money on 250, and then you better go find somebody that needs to come in. So technically it's only one person plus themselves. Okay. So everybody is grandfathered at connector. When you get to creator is level 6, fast start bonus level 2. But once you get to a creator, that's when you can make up to $5 per membership. Here's why we did it like this. Because it's illegal for me to say you can only make $5, up to $5 if you buy a pro. That's illegal. It's called pay to play. We can't do that. Okay. We don't want to go to jail. What we can do legally, though, is say you have to hit this rank to unlock this membership. So when people get to creator, and this is great for you guys because it's going to force people, if they want to make more money, they need to go refer some people. Okay. That we want to create the right behavior. We don't want anybody sitting over here just waiting for us to do all the work. We want to incentivize them to build. Okay. Anybody have any questions about that so far? Because everything else down here is pretty much the same. Level 7, 100% check match. None of this stuff is different, guys. You still needed to have 4 people on the last plan to get 100% check match. You still needed 5 people to get 50% match. You still needed 6 people to qualify for the metal Visa card. You still needed 7 people to get legendary membership perks. None of this stuff is different. Okay? It's just a legally compliant conversation. And you guys will hear me present it because I'm not going to say you can get in with $9. I'm not saying that. If they read it in the comp plan, that would be on them. But what I would say is we are here, our system is here designed to help you blow through these ranks quickly. As a rookie, that's 160 PCV. That means your membership counts toward your PCV, or anyone that you personally sponsor counts toward your PCV. And you can get that multiple ways. That's it. That's all I'm saying to them, right? I did what I was legally supposed to do. If it's implied that they need to get a product, then hey, so be it. But I'm not going to say you don't have to have a product. You can just go refer for, I'm not saying that. They would figure it out. But what I would say is, as a rookie, you need to have 160 in personal commissionable or customer volume in order to make connector pay for 45 days. You can get that 160 multiple ways. You could purchase a product. You could refer people who also purchase a product. As a connector, level 1 through 5, blah, 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 right? All right. Any questions about that part before I go to line max and then QGV? Go
I
ahead.
have a question, Megan. In the rookie position, I have people that just want to come in and learn to trade. If they don't want to do the business part, do they go into the matrix and will they see the people below them?
They will not. If people don't pay $9.99 a month, they will not. Customers cannot go into the matrix. Now, their volume would count toward your rank, but they do not get into the matrix if they don't pay $9.99 a month. So I would encourage them to say, listen, you got to give them the options. If you're already paying $160 a month or $250 a month, you may want to think about paying $9.99 so that you could get into the matrix, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they are not commissionable if they don't pay $9 a month. Now, in the pre-launch, because a lot of people are going to pay $25 and they're going to drop into the matrix anyway, there are going to be people inside the matrix, Amani, because we don't want to delete them, that can upgrade to a $39 membership. They can. And if they upgrade to a $39 membership, they don't make any matrix pay. They're in there and they get the benefit of the positioning, right? Because we're not going to delete all of those people out. They get the benefit, Amani, of the positioning. But the only thing they can make is fast start bonuses. Now, the benefit is that there are people spilling under them and they could upgrade. They could go sign up a pro and now be commissionable if and only if they pay $9.99 a month to stay in there. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
If they
So
don't
the
want
$39 membership, can they also pay the $9.99? Or
they would
is
have
that, go
They would
ahead.
have anybody inside of the matrix, if they want to be paid, they have to be paying their IBO fee or they don't get paid. Now, they might be sitting in there, but then as we move past pre-launch, these are all founders that are sitting in there. As we move past pre-launch, then no $39, the only $39 people that will be in the matrix right away are people who are already in there with the charter membership. So that's why it's really important for people to pay that $25, get in there. And then if they upgrade to a $39.99 membership, they can, and $9.99 a month, they're commissionable. Nobody's commissionable without that IBO fee, but they get that positioning. But what they could do is go refer somebody to a pro and now they're a rookie. So they can start making matrix pay. If it's after pre-launch, listen closely, and Coach Kola pays $39.99, he's a customer. Until he pays $9.99 a month, he is not an apprentice. He cannot make fast start bonuses. And we're, with that $9.99, and we'll make that clear. I just thought of something that I don't want to talk about right now, and I'll tell you about it, Tony. But the only way that you can make commissions is if you're an IBO. Legally, we have to have customers and we have to have business owners. The only way that we separate it is through that IBO rank. So if somebody comes in and pays $39 a month, they're a customer. If they pay $159 a month, they're a customer. They pay $249 a month, they're a customer. It's not until they pay $9.99 do they have the potential to go into the matrix, because they're no longer customers. Now, their volume still counts toward your PCV, okay? I also want to tell you this. Hold on one second. Once the charter members are in there, again, there's a benefit because they get the positioning, okay? But again, if they want to make commissions, they have to be IBOs, independent business owners. They have to tell us it's okay for us to pay them in multi-levels. Does that make sense, Amani?
Yes, it does.
Hmm? Yeah, so everybody in the matrix, if they want us to pay them, they have to be paying $9.99. Otherwise, we're building it in our new back office where we're going to tell you guys, we're going to tell your people every penny that they're missing in this matrix. We're going to tell them about it. For example, the person who signed you up, Coach Kola, when she only signed up one person, which was you, we would tell her on every single rank that she's not, how much income she's missing. So if somebody only refers two people and they're a connector and they're making level 1 through 5, but they have people on their 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th level, which they will. I have people on the 50th level right now, guys. I've driven down, tap rooted down from Melvin Davis to Bob to this person to that person to this person to this person to this person to this. Like, we're way past in some of you guys' organizations 10 levels. But all of those people have their own 3x10 matrix. We're way past that. So if a person is a creator, but they have promoter, influence, icon, legend levels, they have people that have signed up below them, we're going to tell them how much money they need to make and what they need to do to access that money, which is go refer, get your PCV up. Okay. So that's huge. Any other questions about PCV or anything I've talked about before I very quickly talk about line max and QGV?
Megan, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Megan, sorry, can I just check something? It might be a little bit offbeat. As a customer, you get
Yep.
affiliate
Hold on,
pay. Is that
Nevin, I'll probably,
completely different?
okay, Nevin, you can go next. Tracy, one more time.
Oh, sorry, there was a lag. I didn't hear anybody else speaking. Sorry,
That's okay.
Nevin. With the customers, they also get to earn affiliate pay. Where does that come from?
That's a great question. So we actually, you guys have only really, you haven't seen everything that we have because it would be overwhelming right now during pre-launch, but there are other products that you guys as VPs and customers are going to be able to buy. Like, there's a whole nother portal where you guys could purchase an app just like Vibe Global. You can have an app just like ours and build whatever you want inside of it. There's a whole nother direct sales. There's other products. There's other courses one time that you guys can buy. There's there's a whole nother crypto education stuff that you could buy. You know what I mean? You guys just can't see the direct sales stuff right now. Does that make sense, Tracy? So like if you're a customer and you come in, you might just come in to get your websites done. And Tracy, Denise refers you and you're like, I don't want to do any of this stuff, but I do need to get my website done. You could sell them the platform to get their websites done in here. And that's all they want. Well, you get paid on
Yes.
that.
And then while we're there, I've had numerous people ask me what they'll be allowed to sell on this, because this is the focus that I'm sort of going in at the moment. So I've got somebody that she does jewelry. I don't know what kind of jewelry, but is there a place that she would be able to come and sell her jewelry? Then I've got somebody else that manufactures specialized soap products.
Yeah. So all of those things, I want you guys to think the Vibe Vault is for our corporate educators only. Vibe Global will be forever expanding, where it will open up and people will go through an onboarding process, because we're not just going to be a flea market of whatever, but we
Yes.
are going to look at people's products, take them through an onboarding process, all of those things so that they can sell their products. But you can't sell anything on our platform unless you have a Legend membership.
Right.
Yeah, you cannot monetize. You cannot use my network or Reagan's network or our network. You cannot do any of that unless you have a Legend membership. So you can't monetize anything. You can't put your content over here. You can't do any of that, because I'm going to give you access to thousands of customers and you are paying $9. Nope. You got to be a Legend to sell on our platform. It's just like you're renting virtual booth space over here and you already have 68,000 customers that we're going to drive business. You know, we have so many things planned. We're going to have a Vibe news, community news show that I want to air once a week, where we can then spotlight different people and businesses and rank. It's going to be so freaking cool. And then we'll have our Vibe magazine that'll come out every 90 days is the goal, to have it come out every 90 days, where we're highlighting all the great things going on inside of our community. But you can't do any of that. So you can't monetize anything without a Legend membership. Does that make sense, Tracy?
Yes, so not necessarily a Legend, but a Legend membership.
Yes, you have to have a Legend membership to sell inside.
Well, I
of
mean,
it.
I would really like that, Megan, eventually, if you have to be a Legend to do things, but that's just me.
Yeah, and that's later on, you know, as we get people building and stuff like that. But our ecosystem is really, truly going to grow rapidly when we start onboarding people, and we want to create the right behavior. The reason why we're doing that is not because we want to make more money. It's because we want you to make more money. And nobody should be allowed to make $20,000 in our platform and they are not even spending $249 a month to do it. They couldn't do that anywhere else, right? They couldn't do it anywhere else and be able to have that level of exposure. So when you guys are telling people, just keep it simple and tell them, in order for you to go through the onboarding process to put your products and utilize the company's network and the company's risk and the company's everything, the company's platform to sell your products, you have to have a Legend membership.
That's more than fair.
It is
Hey.
way more fair, right?
Hey, Megan, I was talking to someone, another creator, about Vibe and what Vibe is all about. And this person was spending about $1,500 to $2,000 a month advertising their product. So that 250 is, man, that's more than reasonable.
Yeah,
Not to mention how much they spent creating it and making it and the time and all those factors.
Mhm. And if you guys get a chance to watch Myron Golden, that video I put in the group, listen to what he's saying. Because if you don't have an internet-based business, that the easiest way to make money is to let us do all the hard work on the platform. And I'm saying us, this is what you say to people, is to allow Vibe to do all the hard work, the programming, the blah, blah, blah. I mean, we spent $4,000 to have a 3-hour meeting just to make sure we were legally compliant. You know what I mean? So you want to tell people, like, you want to have an online business. You just don't want to assume all the risk of having an online business. So we assume that risk for our VPs and allow them to market inside of the ecosystem. Okay. And I do have a really important meeting we have to be on at 2:00 in 15 minutes. So I want to kind of get through this really quickly.
Megan, can
But
I jump in right quick?
oh, sorry, Nevin, go right ahead.
Just to clarify, with the direct sales, is that including the membership or is that completely separate? So like if somebody
That's
comes in,
separate.
okay, thank you. That's
Yeah.
all. I
So
need.
direct sales is just on the direct sales products. You'll get up to 30%, and then so on. So the memberships are going to be in the over here separate. You won't get 30% on a member if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the clarity.
Okay. Yeah, good. So you do get fast start bonuses every month though.
And also, Megan, do you want to just kind of say that we haven't put this out there yet? So don't screenshot and post it someplace yet.
Yeah, don't do it yet because I need to make a video with arrows that point and stuff like that. Because really it's better because you only need 6 people plus yourself to hit legend to unlock the matrix. Okay. See, we used to have 7 active referrals and you had to have a product too. We would have gone to jail, right? Because you can't do that. We just found that out. So we had to do some tweaking and everything else to make it legally compliant. Okay. Now let's go over here and look at line max. This is going to be in play though. Okay. Line max is you have to have at least 70%. You can only, I'm sorry. So you can't have all of your people in one leg, right? That is not going to be an issue for any of you guys. How we have it programmed is that someone would fall in your next available spot where you actually would technically need that person, okay? You can't have 5,000 people in one leg and hit these ranks, okay? The line max says that no more than 70% of your overall volume can come from one leg, right? No more than 60% or 50% or 40%, which just means if we were talking to Craig about this, if once we start launching our business and you guys follow my legend system to a T and we start over, I don't care if you have 10,000 people on your downline, you need to start over like you have nobody. And first week, we stay in first week activity, get 3 by any means necessary. Refer, until you can't sleep for 7 straight days until you get your 3. And then the next week, take your attention off yourself and help your 3 launch their businesses. You launch them, not Megan, not anybody else. You get on a Zoom and launch your people's business within 24 to 72 hours and flip that number 3 to 9. Then it gets busy because now you got 9 mouths to feed. You got 9 people asking you questions. So we're going to make it simple for you guys. We have something called First 48, which I love. Our director of education, Zia, is on here. And I don't want to be all in Zia's business, but I've talked about her. She knows what she's doing. She's a multimillionaire. She does very well. She is our director of education. So welcome, Zia. I love her to pieces. But we have a lot of education in here, but we want to make things simple. And when Zia and I were working together before, we did something called First 48. And it was, what does a new person do in their first 48 hours? So as soon as they log into their back office, they're going to need to watch some videos, right? And all you have to say to that person is, did you watch the first 48? It's going to be a couple short videos that tells them exactly what we should be telling them, but we don't want to have to tell them over and over. So it'll say, number 1, you need to go into your back office and push every button, and it'll be a little video where it does a quick back office walkthrough. Then it'll say, you need to make a list of every single person you know and circle your top 10 to 15 people. Then you need to get back with your sponsor Then you need to make sure that you launch your business. What does that mean? It means you need to call everybody and expose them to this opportunity on a Zoom call or send them some videos as quickly as possible. PS3, you need to make sure that you pique their interest, show them the plan, then follow up with a leader. It's going to tell them everything they need to do in 48 hours to jumpstart their business. So all you have to say to them is, hey, Tracy, welcome to the team. I need you to go watch First 48 and call me back quickly. Or I'm going to call you back. And once Tracy calls me back, I'm going to say, what did you like best? What did you learn? I even want to do this, which I haven't told Tony this, which she already knows I wanted to do it. I even want there to be a small quiz, which is no problem, on each video, maybe 5 quick questions that they have to answer multiple choice. So I know that they were not vacuuming and not paying attention to the video I put out, but they were actually watching the video, and they can do a little quick quiz on each video, and they can get a little certificate or something that pops up with their name on it. And now we know that everybody has watched the video. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hey, I have a question, Megan. Hi, this is Latanya.
Hey, Latanya.
Hey, everybody. How you guys doing? So I know you said when we start out, once we launch, to get 3 people to go, get 3 people that week. Could we get more than 3 people, or you want us to stick like right to the plan that's getting 3?
Oh, no. I'm just saying, like, bare minimum, get your 3. How many have you gotten, Latanya?
So far, personally, I brought in 100 people, and out of the 100 people, about, I think 35 now has paid at $25.
And Latanya just got over here, guys, within a matter of what, 2 days or something?
Yes, I'm like new. I came to the event in Atlanta that you had. So yeah, I'm new.
New, but
Well
ain't new.
done.
And she's super successful in her own right. She's going to teach us how to use insurance to make sure that we are wealthy forever. And that's how I got Latanya, because she wasn't even going to do this business. She's successful herself. And then one of her partners did the 3-way call with me and her when I got back from Detroit. And I was like, listen, what do you do? I didn't come to her and say, I need you to come build Vibe. I said, what do you do, Latanya? What's your superpower? What's your gift? And then she told me all about it. And I'm like, you could be in Vibe Global. Let me show you how you could be in Vibe Global. And then I said, here's how we get paid. And she's been running ever since. So just want to kind of throw that out. Okay, real quick, because I only have 10 minutes. So Latanya, go buck wild, right? Sign up as many people as you want. It's just bare minimum. If everybody gets 3, this is how I got to 100,000 a month and maxed out the matrix. Last time I did it, last 2 times I did it, I teach everybody, get 3, take your attention off of yourself. Can you still sign up more people? Yes, but not at the expense of you not taking care of the 3. Because if you sign up 3 and then you go spend all your time trying to sign up 2 more people, when you should have taken your 3 and launched their businesses in 24 to 72 hours and flipped that 3 to 9, now you brought in 9 new people. Now take those 9, do the same. And if those 9 bare minimum get 3, you just put 27 new people into your downline, right? That's how you work this kind of comp plan. You got to focus on the people you have, and you got to focus on duplicating FID, build foundation, identify leaders, duplicate, but we do it in 24 to 72 hours. If anybody comes in and you haven't scheduled their launch within 24 to 72 hours, you are a bad leader. I said it. Yep, I'm not taking it back either. I'm not even saying sorry. You are a bad leader. If you bring somebody in once we actually start paying and you don't at least schedule their launch within 24 to 72 hours, they might come in on a Wednesday and you say, well, listen, let's go ahead and schedule your launch for how's Saturday at whatever time works best for you. Okay, great. You got a Zoom? Make them get their own Zoom link and teach them how to use it. Sometimes people are just so technologically challenged. I'll say, I don't even have time because I just brought in 27 people. I'm going to use my Zoom link, but get your own, right? But here's my Zoom link. Let me shoot you over the Zoom. Here's the time and the date. Literally, guys, when I was making 100,000 a month, I was giving people their Zoom link like immediately while I'm on the phone. I was already making the Zoom link and, oh, no problem. Here's your Zoom link. Let me get you a little flyer too. Here's your little flyer. Go invite everybody and I'll see you on Saturday. Now, if you want to, and then I always ask them, how fast do you want to make this money? Okay, well then put me on the phone with your top 2 to 5 people right now. Like right now, not like put them on the phone with me and let me invite them to your Zoom call. That's how I made a lot of money real fast. Speeding up time frames. All right, real quick. Line max. You can't have all of your people. You can't sign up a JVN and JVN signs up 1,000 people and you don't do anything else and still be able to meet your line max, right? Real quick, let me hop over here. This should not be an issue for you guys or anybody for that matter. Qualifying group volume doesn't kick in for 6 months. But if you look at qualifying group volume, it just means from your, write this down, guys, from your personal lineage. Group volume does not include spillover because you guys are on top and you're about to have thousands of people potentially in your downline. But if you didn't put them there, that's not necessarily your group volume. Your group volume comes from Bobby Buck signed up Latanya, who signed up Ebony, who signed up, whoever. That is qualifying group volume. Okay. But what you want to do is, oh, Tony, we lost the screen.
Yes, I turned it off because we have that meeting.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
I'll put it back up.
On this link?
No, it's on a different link. So I was going to go to that link. It's in 5 or 6 minutes.
Okay. Okay. Hold on. Throw it back up one more time before I leave.
I can do that.
Tony was like, you're done.
I know. I was just like, let me quietly just take this off of here.
Okay. One more thing that I wanted to show you guys.
No, it's all right. I got it. Let me pull it up.
We'll share it in the group. You are not to share it though. You can study it and I'll make the video. But it's super simple that you have to at least like examples. Here's the pro numbers and the legend numbers, right? So if you want to have your personal volume, it means refer 3 new people and duplicate down and it will never matter about your line volume, right? But if you just sign up one heavy hitter and you go to sleep and that one person signs up 16 people, that's all in one leg, right? Because they have their own matrix over there. You want to make sure that you do somewhat stay balanced. Now, do you have to balance legs? No, you really don't. You just have to make sure that you're just following the system and it'll balance itself out. This doesn't kick in for 6 months. Okay, so I know we have to get going. I'm coming, Tony, though.
Okie dokie. I'm going to hop over there.
Yeah, go ahead, because I can hop over there because it's on your Zoom, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, yeah, I'll be over there.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Okay, does anybody have any quick questions? I have 3 minutes.
Hi, Megan. Quickly, Patrick in Barbados. I think some time ago we were hearing about the first month's $9.99 would not kick in. Is that still the case, or
It
I'm
is
just
not the
seeking
case.
clarification?
We have to do it because it's legally compliant. We can't waive it. Like people have to say that they're a Vibe partner. So yeah, it is. You do have to pay it, $9.99.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.